People think they understand the quiet girl. They see her in the corner of the room, watching instead of speaking, and they assume she has nothing to say. But psychology reveals something far deeper. Her silence is not emptiness. It is a universe folded inward, waiting for someone patient enough to discover it. And if you have ever been that girl, or if you have ever wondered what lives behind her stillness, this might be the most important thing you watch today. There is a kind of quietness that the world does not know how to hold. It belongs to the girl who listens more than she speaks, the one who notices everything but says almost nothing. She sits in classrooms, in family gatherings, in group conversations, carrying a silence that others often misread. Some call her shy, some call her cold, some assume she is uninterested, or worse, that she thinks she's better than everyone else. But none of that is true. The quiet girl is not absent. She is deeply, sometimes painfully, present. Her silence is not a wall. It is a window. And what she sees through that window is a world most people are too busy to notice. Psychology suggests that quietness in girls often develops through a combination of temperament and environment. Some are born with nervous systems that process stimulation more intensely. Loud environments feel overwhelming. Social demands feel exhausting. For them, withdrawal is not rejection. It is regulation. Others learn quietness as a survival response. In homes where emotions were dismissed, where speaking up led to conflict, where a girl's feelings were labeled as too much or not enough, silence becomes safety. It becomes the only language that does not get punished. Research on introversion shows that quiet individuals often possess a heightened sensitivity to social cues. They notice micro-expressions, shifts in tone, unspoken tensions. They absorb information before they respond to it. This is not a flaw. It is a different kind of intelligence, one that operates beneath the surface. But society rarely rewards this intelligence. Schools favor the quick hand, the confident voice, the immediate answer. Social spaces favor the outgoing, the loud, the visibly present. And in this economy of attention, the quiet girl learns a painful lesson early. She learns that she must perform loudness to be valued. Here is where the wound begins. The quiet girl is often praised for being easy. She does not cause trouble. She does not demand attention. Adults call her mature, well-behaved, no problem at all. But easy is not the same as seen. A girl who does not ask for attention rarely receives it. A girl who does not voice her needs begins to believe her needs are optional. Over time, she stops expecting to be heard. She stops expecting to be chosen. She builds an interior world so rich and so private that no one even knows it exists. And in that interior world, there is beauty. There is also loneliness. She rehearses conversations she will never have. She writes words she will never speak. She feels everything deeply, but expresses almost nothing, not because she does not want to, but because she has learned that her voice is a risk. The quiet girl often carries a hidden ache, a longing to be understood without having to explain, a wish for someone to look past the stillness and ask, what is really happening inside you? But most people do not ask. Most people see the calm surface and assume nothing lies beneath it. There is a strange paradox in being the quiet girl. Her silence protects her, but it also isolates her. Her stillness gives her freedom, but it also makes her invisible. She can observe without being observed. She can think without interruption, but she can also disappear in plain sight, present in body, but absent in recognition. And yet, there is a power in this invisibility. The quiet girl sees what others miss. She notices who is struggling. She remembers the small details. She holds space for people who never asked her to. Many quiet girls grow into writers, artists, healers, thinkers, not because they were trained for it, but because they spent years watching the world instead of competing with it. They learned to find meaning in the margins. They learned to create in the silence. But this does not erase the struggle. In a world that confuses volume with value, the quiet girl often questions her own worth. She wonders if she is too much or not enough. She wonders if her depth is a gift or a burden. She wonders if she will ever find a place where her silence is not something to fix, but something to honor. If you are the quiet girl, hear this. Your silence is not a flaw. It is not a weakness waiting to be corrected. It is a different language, one that the noisy world has not learned to speak. You do not need to become loud to matter. You do not need to perform presence to be real. The depth you carry is not invisible. It is simply waiting for the right eyes to see it. And one day, you will find those eyes. You will find people who don't rush you, people who sit with your silence instead of filling it, people who understand that when you finally speak, every word has been chosen with care. Until then, protect your quiet. Let it be your sanctuary, not your prison. Let it be the place where you grow, where you create, where you become who you were always meant to be. The world may not always listen, but your silence has never been about the world. It has always been about you. Did this feel familiar to you? Have you been the quiet girl? Or do you know someone who is? Leave a thought in the comments. Sometimes being seen begins with a single word. And if this resonated, consider subscribing. There is more here for minds like yours.